how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. I'm instructor Dwayne Jenkins. Welcome to Dwayne's Guitar Lessons. If you haven't been here before, I want to say welcome. If you've been here before, I want to say welcome back. In this video series, we are working on the modes, and in today's video lesson, we are going to be looking at the Aeolian mode. Now, in my previous videos, I showed you about the modes. There's 7 modes, and they come out of the 7 notes of the major scale. So, in this particular video series, we're doing them in the key of G major. So you have your G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And that's how you know it's a major scale, because it has that do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And off of each one of those notes is a mode. And each mode is a little different, and it's got a little bit of a different character, and when you learn them, you can add some different things to your playing. So, in the previous modes, I went through the Ionian mode, the Dorian mode, Phrygian mode, Lydian mode, Mixolydian mode, and now we're at the Aeolian mode. So in the key of G major, the Aeolian mode is the 6th, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the E Aeolian mode, okay? Alright, now the Aeolian mode is a minor mode, and once again we know that because of where the 3rd note is located. So if we try to play like a bar chord, this is how you kind of know whether the mode is major or minor, okay? Is when you play a bar chord, like let's say an E major bar chord right here, 12th fret, your 3rd would be right here at the 13th fret on the 3rd string. Now that note needs to be in the mode if it's a major mode. If it isn't, then it's a minor, so we're going to find out where that note is located. So if we go through the mode itself like this, we can tell right off the bat that that note is on the 12 and it's not on the 13. So that tells us it's a minor mode, and it's actually the natural minor mode, meaning that it has the flat 3rd, the flat 6th, and the flat 7. So if you take any major scale, okay, G major, A major, B major, doesn't matter what it is, and you flatten the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th, then it becomes a minor scale, the natural minor. There's a lot of different minors, so you don't want to get confused with other minors like the minor pentatonic or the harmonic minor or the melodic minor. We're just talking the natural minor, which is the flat 3rd, flat 6th, and flat 7th. That's why the Aeolian mode is the natural minor. So it's played right here at the 12th fret, and it's going to go 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, octave. And you can tell when you listen to it, you can tell it's minor. It doesn't sound happy like the major. If it was a major, it would sound like this. See how the major scale sounds kind of happy? But if we flatten those 3 notes, the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th, and now it sounds a little bit darker, a little bit moodier. The 1, the 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, octave. Then if we take the octave and we do it again, right? 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, octave. And in this mode, we're going to add the 2nd and then the flat 3rd again. These notes right here at the 14 and the 15. So the fret numbers would be 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 15, 12, 14. That's our first major minor scale. Then we go from here at the 14th of the 4th string and go 14, 11, 12, 14, 12, 13, 15, 12, 14, 15. Now what's interesting about this, since this is in the G major scale, where you really start the note can depend on like what scale you're in. For instance, if we were to, since the mode goes all the way to the 15th fret, that's our G note. So if we were to start here, we'd be playing in the key of G major. There's a G, from G to G right here. There's a G right here, and there's a G right here on the 3rd string 12th fret, and G right here on the 1st string 15th fret. See? As you can tell, it comes out of the key of G major. E minor is actually the relative minor of G major. So if you were starting on the 15th fret, you could play it in the key of G major or E minor. You know, same. They're relative. Okay. But if we start on the 12th fret, now you're playing E minor. You would just kind of because you're going from E to E. Then you're going from here back to this E, okay? So that's one thing that's great about the Aeolian mode. It's a natural minor, pretty easy to understand. It's a great little pattern. These first 2 strings are the same, then you go whole step. And then what's interesting about this particular matter is it kind of steps out of the box like this, and then back into the box. And then your E is right here. So the formula for your the formula for your Aeolian mode is going to be the 1, the 2, the flat 3, the 4, the 5, the flat 6, and the flat 7. What's also great about the Aeolian mode is it also has the minor pentatonic inside of it too. So you can kind of switch between those two scales because they're right inside of each other. Like the minor pentatonic, E minor pentatonic is right here. 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 15, 12, 15. Now, those notes are right inside of the Aeolian mode. The Aeolian mode in any key you're playing it. We're just playing in E right now, but you know, we're adding that note there. Adding that note right there at the 13th fret, which gives it a little bit more something, gives you a little bit more something to play with, right? Then we're also adding this note of the 11th note on the 11th fret, the note on the 11th fret right here on the G string. And then we're also adding these 2 notes here, this one and this one, into the minor pentatonic as well, the 14 and the 15. So what's kind of neat about it, it's like the pentatonic, but it has a few more notes in there. So now, instead of just playing these simple notes of the minor pentatonic, you have some of these other notes in there that you can play with, you know? What you really want to do with these is that you want to try to play them with some chords underneath them. So either get you like some kind of looper pedal or looper station or something like that, create some chords out of the key. If you're just playing it by itself, it just sounds kind of mechanical. You really need to play it over a chord progression so you really understand how the chords fit with the mode and how the notes fit and things like that. And a lot of it's just practice, 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 practice. I've had a lot of people tell me things like, yeah, I know the scale, I know this, I know that, I can't get it to sound like music. It's because they just haven't put in the hours. You got to put in the time, you know? Put in the time, put in some time to practice, practice, practice all the time. The more you practice, the better you're going to get. So, if you really want to get to know these modes, you got to practice them, practice them, practice them all the time. And like I said before, with my other modes that I showed you, once you got that down, Mix it with the other modes, you know those note intervals, okay? You know, Phrygian mode is, or the Ionian mode starts right here. Dorian mode, Phrygian mode, Lydian mode, Mixolydian mode, Aeolian mode. So think of how much of the fretboard that we've mastered now. If you're playing something in E minor, you know, I would recommend using the E as the root note. Either way, it's going to work because they're relative keys. You know, G major, E minor is relative of G major, and vice versa. So what I recommend is work on that. Get to know it in other keys as well, because if you're playing it right here in E, that's E minor. What if you're playing it right here in 5th fret? That's A minor. That'd be A minor Aeolian mode, okay? Then when you move it to different keys, ask yourself, what key are you in, for instance, okay? Because we know it's the 6th. So if we're playing in E, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That tells us we're in the key of G major, okay? If you're playing it in D at the 12th fret, if you're playing D Aeolian, what key are we in? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're in the key of F major, okay? So work with that. If you need some more help, I would recommend check out my book that I wrote. I authored, self-published. It's called How to Play Guitar Modes for Beginners and Intermediate Students. And as you can tell, it's a pretty thick book. It's got a lot of great lessons in here. It tells you all the stuff about the modes. I go through each one. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian. You know, I give you the mode formulas for each one of them. Some guitar licks that you can play within each one of them. And it's a very simple method book, step-by-step method book. That kind of all the lessons, they build upon themselves. It's very easy to understand. The writing is big. I've got diagrams and stuff in here. So if you're interested in learning more about the modes and what they can really do and what you can really do with them, you know, then that book is really going to help you out. You can find that at my website at dwaynesguitarlessons.com or on Amazon. I have it on both places as well, so be sure to check that out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like it, leave some comments below. If you have any questions, let me know, I'll answer them. Or if you found some secret discoveries in the modes yourself, playing some of these things, leave those in the comments below, because it helps other people come along to you know, find the video, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help each other out, get better at playing this wonderful instrument and unlocking the mysteries of it. All right, so keep practicing. If you have any questions, let me know, and until our next lesson, you take care. Audio Jungle.